talk it over.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to our show. This is Local Music Scene, and I am your host, Allen Estes. And we love our live music scene here on Cape Ann. We got lots and lots of great talent. And my good buddy, who's my guest today, is one of the very finest. We are very proud to have him a member of our community, and we're going to introduce him in just a second. But first of all, I get to play a song. And this is a little Gloucester song called Lone Surfer. On the very clearest day, floating in the bluest ocean, waiting on the highest wave to set my board in motion. There's the brightest of all smiles on the prettiest of faces, and I ride these waves for miles, dreaming of her warm embraces. No, this is not a sad song. I know she loves me, but it's the way in which we live that makes it hard. This cold and rolling distance keeps me company, while her absence taps its fingers on my heart. On the very darkest night, in the very latest hour, by a dancing candlelight, I'll write her a love letter. This is not a sad song. I know she loves me, but it's the way we choose to live that's making it hard. This cold and rolling distance keeping me company, yeah, while her absence taps its fingers on my heart. On the very clearest day, floating in the bluest ocean, counting on the seventh wave to set my board in motion. Yeah, Lone Surfer. And picking those fancy notes is my buddy Jon Butcher. Say hi to Jon.
How you doing, Al?
Jon.
How you doing, pal?
Nice to have you on, buddy.
Thanks very much for having me.
All right. We got lots to talk about. We got a gig coming up together, but before we do that,
Where?
well, we're going to talk about that in a minute. First of all, we're going to do a song. Are we not? Jon just put out a new album called Two Roads East. You folks got to check out his website and get that record. It's a good one, buddy.
Hey, baby. Oh, you've got what I need. Oh, baby, baby, baby. I want to be the man that you see in me. But I'm stumbling down my father's road, the one he called Two Roads East. Hey, baby, I'm barefoot in the surf on a Cape Ann beach. Yes, I am. And I see banging rings, shiny things, too much bling while people sing, hail to the chief. We're just living in America on our way to Two Roads East. Go ahead, Alan. Yeah. Na 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 na. Oh, Father, please take me home where it all began. We're just living in America on our way to Two Roads East. Oh, yeah. Well done.
Jon Butcher.
Yeah.
Nice to have you on the show, buddy.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
My good friend Jon Butcher. We've been having a good time picking music together, as you can see.
We sure have.
And it's great to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me
Everything's
again.
going great.
Yeah, 2017. Jeez, what a year in more ways than one, right?
Busy for you.
Busy and traumatic and full of incredible ups and downs. I guess that's what you call life, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you look like you're doing good, and you look like you're enjoying what you're doing, and you keep on making music. And
Man,
that's
what
you
else?
love to do.
What else can we do? I mean, at this point, this is the road.
Oh yeah.
The song we just did is called Two Roads East, and that's what it's about. We made a choice, you and I, to do this for life, and so here we are in it, doing it. What else can we do?
Yep. And that's the title cut of your new record.
Yeah, Two Roads East.
Yep. And how's it going?
Good. We released it a few months ago, and it's for, I'll tell you, for the current music business climate, it's doing really well. It's sold well, and we're still doing great downloads and spreading the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're also playing sometimes fairly locally with Jon Butcher Axis.
Yes. In fact, my band, my old band, Jon Butcher Axis, is the record company is re-releasing our first two records worldwide. The first one called the Jon Butcher Axis,
Excellent.
and the second one called Stare at the Sun. They're coming out January 2018, and so we'll do a tour of Europe and maybe Japan at that point. But until then, I've got some local shows to do with you that I'm really looking forward to.
Absolutely. So what's you have a show coming up at Wallace, 9 Wallace.
9 Wallace, yes. Gimme Live Productions. They're great people, and the venue is wonderful for music. It's a great place to see music. It's comfortable, nice seats. There isn't a bad seat in the room. We're playing there. I'm playing there with Two Roads East, December 2nd.
December 2nd.
And I think there's a few tickets left. I hope to see everybody there. It's in Beverly, Mass.
It's in Beverly, Mass.
Yeah.
Now, for people that go to the show, should they expect an acoustic show or an electric show or a combination of two?
I'm gonna do both. I'm
Okay.
going to do the first half of the show. We're going to do some of the acoustic stuff that I've been doing over the years. And we're going to take a short intermission and come back, and I'll put on a Stratocaster.
Excellent.
Yeah.
John wears a bunch of different hats. Go see him and you'll know. And for so many people have known you through the years and followed your career. You lived out in LA for a while and you were...
I was telling you a few minutes ago, I moved to Los Angeles. I thought I was going there for a few months to do a record, and I ended up staying 23 years. So
It's more than a few months.
well, I fell into business. You know, I started doing music for film and television, and that began to pay off. You know, we landed a couple of big accounts, and before I knew it, I was building a studio and building a house and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, you were part of the Deadwood series on HBO, and I know you were writing songs for them, and you actually had some acting parts.
Yeah,
in
well,
there, too.
small part. It's just a little.
Oh, come on,
Alan. It's
Come
just
on,
a little.
I saw it was great.
It's just a little cameo in the
Town
first
Boy does
episode.
good.
Yeah, I'm the town knife sharpener, and it
was great.
buddy. If you blink, you'll miss me. So
It was great.
yeah, it was a great experience and a way for me to get into a business, movies and soundtracks that I love.
Well, and for the songwriting, it was a little different too, because instead of you just sitting down and writing songs that came into your head, they were looking for specific themes to fit into different places in the show that they set you off and running to do, right?
The tone of that of that Western is very, very organic, acoustic music, and that Americana is what I call it.
Yeah,
that style is something that I do anyway, and enjoy doing. So it was a good fit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you want to do another song?
Sure. Yeah.
Was this
Let's
one
do
of the
one
songs
together.
That was part of that.
Yeah, it's called the Coleman Mine. We've done it before
Coleman
together.
Mine, I love it. We're talking with Jon Butcher.
In the hills of West Virginia, along the Ozark County line, keep an eye on the canary if you're working in the Coleman Mine. Yeah. Go ahead. I left Virginia as a free man when I crossed the county line. Keep an eye on the canary if you're working in the Coleman Mine. Someone send a letter to the family that I left behind. I thought I heard the boss man talking, yeah. There's trouble in the Coleman Mine. Trouble in the Coleman Mine. Trouble in the Coleman Mine. Oh yeah. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Whoa. Woo. Na 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 na. Oh no no no. Na 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 na. Now they're picking gold in California. You pick it up off the ground. Gonna leave these hills tomorrow. No more work in coal mine towns. Someone send a letter to the family that I left behind. Thought I heard the boss man talking, yeah, yeah. There's trouble in the Coleman Mine. Trouble in the Coleman Mine, oh yeah. Oh yeah, na 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 na. Woo. Na 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 na. Buried in the Coleman Mine. Buried in the Coleman Mine. Buried in the Coleman Mine.
Yeah.
That's a fun one, John.
Yeah, nice.
Coleman Mine. Coleman Mine. All right. So, what's going on with the songwriting? You're always working on something.
I'm writing for 4 different projects right now. I'm starting to begin the next record that'll follow Two Roads East, which is sort of my own, it's outside of Axis. I'm also doing working on another Axis album to sort of follow these re-releases.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'm
Good
also doing some writing with local artists, Megan Wolf, who is we just released her first record on my company, EFX.
And she's touring with a Joe Cocker
The Joe Cocker
tribute band.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to Europe, I think it's next month or the month after.
So many people around here that are doing stuff.
I know,
great.
and I like that, man. I like being busy. I'm not good bored. I feel like if the more I'm working, the ship is moving forward.
Well, you're always working on stuff, and you love guitars and tech stuff and amps and stuff. You're always following all that stuff too.
I'm a gearhead.
Yeah.
I still I look for. I'll travel to a city, and the first place I go is after checking into the hotel is like pawn shops to see if I can find an old instrument. Listen to this. I've got this old guitar. This K is the brand, made in 1950. And I found this thing.
We sold at Sears or something.
Check it
right?
out.
Yeah.
I found it hanging in the back of this old dusty pawn shop, ignored. And I just walked in, off the street, and I saw this thing in the back. And I'm going, oh man, I gotta have this instrument. So I wanted to be cool, so that the guy that's behind the counter didn't like jack up the price.
Yeah, right.
So I went, oh, what's that in the back there? And he goes, oh, that old thing. I went, yeah, it's not very good,
It's
is
a
it?
lot of work.
Yeah, exactly. So I stole it. I got out of there for $100, and I wouldn't
good
sell
for
it
you.
for $1,000. That's one of my.
You know
favorite
what?
guitars.
Those old guitars, even though they were not expensive at the time, they were made with really good tone wood.
I know.
Because we had the tone wood.
And by human hands too.
Yes. Handmade, absolutely.
So here we are, 2 old geezers lamenting the old days.
It's okay. I love the smell of it too.
Yeah, me
the
too.
old instruments.
Yeah.
Just put that sound hole right up to my nose. And
I
I'm
still
in
like
heaven.
this stuff. I like vintage guitars and amps and gear as much as I did when I was a teenager.
Oh yeah. Never lost it. It's wonderful.
Did you do this when you were in school? You're sitting in class. Did you draw pictures of like amps?
Oh yeah. Trying to get the Fender.
Yeah.
Their handwriting perfect.
I'm drawing pictures of guitars and amps and like looking at them after I'm done and dreaming about, one day I'm going to have a Fender Stratocaster.
Oh yeah.
Never knowing that day was going to really happen.
Oh, absolutely. More than one.
Sometimes your dreams work out and exceed your expectations.
Yeah. When I watched the Beatles, I'd want them to move to the side so I could see the Vox Super Beatles in the
Oh,
background.
that killed me too. And George Harrison playing the Gretsch Country Gentleman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I wanted one of those so bad my teeth hurt.
Oh yeah. And you got one, don't you?
Yes.
And your teeth don't hurt anymore?
No, not as bad as I thought.
We're talking with Jon Butcher. Now, we have a show coming up.
Yes, talk about that.
Yes, on December 15th at the beautiful Norton Farm over in Annisquam at the end of Revere Street.
What a beautiful place that is.
Yeah. Laura Ritchie is the new owner, and she's been having some concerts there. And you and myself and Fly Amaro,
Our buddy Fly,
are going to be doing, well, I guess what we'd call it is a Christmas songwriter concert on Friday, December 15th.
Yeah, it's not purely Christmas music.
No, there'll be a little bit thrown in.
There'll be a little bit thrown in, but we're going to pass the baton amongst the 3 of us, and I think that people going to that show will really enjoy it. It's going to be
in
a lot
that
of
old
fun.
setting, the house was built in 1723.
What a place!
Oh, it's beautiful.
What time does it start?
Well, I would say probably people will start showing up around 6:37. We'll
Seven-
probably hit the
seven-ish,
stage
8?
around 7:30.
7:30, yeah,
so
something like
a
that.
7:30 to 10:30 show. We'll do an intermission. There'll be food. We'll be probably selling some beer and wine, but mostly it'll be the camaraderie. And you and Fly and I have played many gigs together, and we have a blast passing back and forth songs.
We really do, and what I like about it the most is it's completely unscripted. Those situations for me are the most fun because I don't know what's coming either.
I don't know what song I'm going to do until I hear what song you do before me.
Exactly right,
and
I like
songwriters
that.
in the round.
That's what comes from like having a deep, what I call a songbook. We've been playing so long that the songbook is deep, so you don't worry about what's coming next. You just sort of go with it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Not sure what I'll follow with if Fly does his version of Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire.
That always
He
gets,
owns that one.
Yeah, he does. We'll just stay out of his way. When yeah.
Fly, do another one. We're talking with Jon Butcher. Well, Jon, best of luck with the new record.
Thanks very much.
And it looks like you're going to be doing a tour supporting the re-release of some Jon Butcher.
Yeah,
records.
the first two Axis records, which were on Polydor, are being released in January 2018 in the UK, Europe more broadly, Japan, and the US.
Excellent, excellent. Well, keep up with Jon on his, you got a website, obviously,
Sure,
on
JonButcher.com and all that stuff.
and all that good stuff, and because you are always a busy man.
I hope so.
Oh, and it's such a pleasure playing music with you and being your friend and having you on the show.
Thanks very much
Always,
for having
always.
me. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we got it. Time for one more song. Jon Butcher.
I was feeling so sad. I didn't think that a little bit of heartache could make me feel this bad. So I got some religion. Ooh, you know I did. It didn't do no good. And I drank myself at a hotel bar. Then I understood. Now wait a minute. Love ain't natural for a rock and roll man. It's just cheap hotels and another one night stand. If you need someone to lean on, one more night to dream on, if you need a hand to hold on to, well, here I am. Key of D. Woo! Hang out right there. That's nice. I got me a doctor to shrink my head. And he said, Jon, you got to forget that girl or you'll wind up dead. But I'm still living.
Yes, you are, buddy.
Made up my mind. I'm gonna find somebody to treat me right till the end of time. But wait a minute, love ain't natural for this rock and roll man. It's just cheap hotels and another one night stand. But if you need someone to lean on, one more night to dream on, if you need a hand to hold on to, well, here I am. Let me hear you pick a little bit, Allen. Woo! Oh, yes, sir. Send it around one more time. But wait a minute, love ain't natural for this rock and roll man. Cheap hotels and another one night stand, but I don't do that anymore. If you need someone to lean on, or one more night to dream on, if you need a hand to hold on to, well, here I am. Well, here I am. You got my number. Well, here I am. You got me on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here I am. Well, here I am. Well done.
Wow, Jon Butcher. Always a pleasure, my friend.
Thanks very much.
Come check out Jon December 2nd at 9 Wallace Street, or maybe our show at the Norton Tree Farm at the end of
December 15th.
December 15th. Yeah, at the end of Revere Street over in Annisquam. And thank you, as always,
We have 3 more minutes.
for supporting live music. Oh, Jon's got many more.
Jam. We'll just jam on this a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Skibba dooba dooba da zoobit, zabba bit, yeah. Go ahead. We're in the key of D. Wait a minute, love ain't natural for this rock and roll man. Cheap hotels and another one night stand. But if you need someone to lean on, or one more night to dream on, if you need a hand to hold on to, here I am. Well, here I am. Well, here I am. Here I am. Here I am. Woo.
Get fancy on that.
Well, here I am. Here I am. Well, here I am. Well, here I am. Ready to close it? Well, here I am. Send it around one more time. Well, here I am. Well done.
Yeah.
Woo!
That's a wrap.
Woo!
Jon Butcher, thank you. Always a pleasure, my friend.
All right, buddy.
All right,
Thanks
all
very
right.
much, pal.
We'll see you around town. Under the boardwalk,
Out of the sun,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be having some fun.
under the boardwalk,
People walking above,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be falling in love.
under the boardwalk.
Going to walk. Happy sound of the carousel. I can't believe I remember this. You can almost taste the hot dogs, French fries they sell. Go under the boardwalk, down by the sea. On the blanket with my baby is where I'll be. Did you get it? You got enough?
Oh, yeah, I got it, but then it was so much fun watching the show.
Because we'll just sit here and do this all night.
Excellent.